G'day, this is Darren from Fuel SEO. Just want to give you a quick rundown on what the basics of search engine optimization are. First is the website. Don't build a website with fluff. The AI builders are great, but they build a lot of fluff. So first part, a slow website will not rank. Generally, these websites, even though they look fancy, are really slow, and it is a severe problem for us as SEO experts to get through to website owners that site speed is so important. It's one of the major factors of ranking in Google. So that's step number one. Step number two is content structure. Now, I call them content silos. The key word is now content clusters. So you want to build out, say we're building a site that's selling horses. Now, I'm the buyer. I'm not going to search, say I want a white horse. I am not going to search white horse because it's going to give me 60,000 websites that I don't want to know. I'm going to find where is the best white horse seller in Newcastle. That is the target keyword. I know it sounds like it might only get 210 visits a month or whatever, but that is what they want. Think of the keyword as what you would search when you're buying something. Put yourself in the buyer's shoes, that's what I say. So don't target the large volume, the lower volumes, and you can go in and have a look at Google and their PPC and see the price of the keywords. That's a good indication of people are paying $12 for a keyword. It's a good keyword to rank for organically. So now we go from keyword research, which you can use tools like SEMrush. I use Ahrefs. I used to use SEMrush, but I have moved away from it this year just because it's getting expensive. And yeah, I've just moved away after 9 years. So that's another story for another day. So ranking factors include, your keywords. So once again, we're not looking for white horse. We're looking for the best white horse in Newcastle or the best white horse in whichever area you live. Think of that. So you build it out. But then there might be 10 keywords that are relevant. White horse with, a black stripe or a black patch. So that might be another word in your content silo. So that'll be your second article. So on your keywords, don't rank them in volume, rank them in cost per click and build down and just target your keywords that way. Now, once you've done that, do the meta description. Your meta description is the link between you and the browser. If it's plain and boring, they're just going to roll by. So your meta description has to have its keyword in it. As long as your site heading, I must admit, your site heading I missed. It needs to be in your keyword. It needs to be in your H1, H2, H3 tags. Keep it around 0.5 to 1%. You don't need to go nuts like all these SEO softwares do. It's irrelevant these days. Keyword stuffing will get you banned. So use those keywords, whichever it may be. Don't target the broad one. You're going to rank for the broad one naturally because you're using it in the phrase. But use the silo. It might take 12 articles to contact that, to fill that cluster out. But it's worth it. Just target one per keyword. That's going to get a lot of negativity there, but the reality is you're going to use the other keywords in the article anyway, but I just target one. So once we've got all of our site done, now site maps are important. If you do a video, make sure it's a video site map. If you write a product, make sure it's a product site map. So Google clearly understands when it crawls your site, plus all the other bots that crawl your site. So you got Claude, you got Perplexity, you got all these other ones out there now that I'm not 100% sure of either. They just keep growing daily. You want to have good site structure. So you use your plugins like All-in-One, Yoast, They will help it, but don't let it choose it manually. Do it yourself. Check it. If it's, a blog should be, I know all-in-one SEO is famous for this. It has the blog, which is, they call it a page when it's actually a website. So that's just a little thing that saves the confusion and will help you rank, and the content gives you authority to a degree. Now we move on to backlinks. Stay away from automated backlinks. Stay away from the ones that look really good on Facebook. They do great ads, buy 2,500 links for $100. You are going to get when you connect your site to Google Console, which you should, you are going to get a warning, and you are going to have to remove those sites. And that's a tedious job. Trust me. You're going to contact every website owner and get that link pulled down. So I'm pretty sure they don't devour them anymore. Don't have that link tool. So that is very important for search engine optimization. Quality links. One quality link is worth 300 or 400 bad links. Think of it that way. And there's a few ways you can target the link. You can target with the direct. So say your keyword is white horse in Newcastle, or you can actually add your URLs. So, www.yoursite white horse in Newcastle as a keyword. That's relevant as well. And it's a good mix up. It's something that people don't do. I do both because it looks natural. So you have to get the backlinks. That builds authority to your site. So what happens is these robots will because these sites are higher authority than yours, and depending on how many searches for your keyword, they will crawl that site, and whoever's doing your backlinking is doing a good job, is putting a contextual link in that, it will follow it to your site. And it'll pass on a little bit of authority. So we start building out that way. Now, on your website, you cannot throw a lot of links at it. As I said, mine is 4 months old. I'm slowly building links at it. It's slowly starting to rank. I can't hit it hard yet. I have to treat it like a little baby. It's got to crawl before it walks. Simple. So authority is built by your backlinks. So the higher the quality of backlinks, the better. Now, the next part of backlinking is in search optimization is do internal linking. Don't just link to your homepage. Link to all your pages. It looks natural. When you're writing your content, you will use references. It adds value to your content. Make sure those references links are no follow. You do not want to pass off link juice. Unless you're an affiliate, of course. So these contextual backlinks, they're your power. And then when you get to page 1 or page 3 or 4, you may need to go to contextual homepage links, which gives you the biggest push you'll ever get. That's the truth. So now we've talked about backlinks. That's how you gain authority. And you got to gain them over time. It's momentum. It's the basics of search engine optimization. It's off page, and that's the bit. It's tedious, it's time consuming, and you have to be patient. The next part of the video for me is probably going to be AI. AI, everyone is still guessing. I'm doing heaps of research. I've got a couple of affiliate sites that I rank naturally for AI. I've never tried to rank for AI. We do offer services now. We do offer citations. Press releases are really good because guess what? Google wants them, and you want premium ones. You want ones that go to, the news sites, all this sort of stuff. So editors will review it and give it a thumbs up. Press releases don't understand they're a cheap and they're a premium. You want the premium? Very good, very natural, great way for AI. LLMs, you can get LLMs. We sell them too, where we'll recommend your website. The other parts too is Reddit. It's getting spammy at the moment. I'm focusing pretty heavily on LinkedIn at the moment because I think it's less spammy. I think Reddit's, I don't know, I've got a feeling about Reddit. And then you got your socials. So all your socials, your TikTok, your Instagram, post your links. Now these are all no follow links. These are no follow links, but they're good for your natural profile. You don't want 10,000 do follows and 1 no follow. So you're going to have all those comments on Reddit and LinkedIn, and they're going to be no follow. They're going to be great. They balance your profile out. So yeah, so constantly post on these. Don't just do it. Try and do it 3 times a week. I know it's tedious, but it's how it is. Don't use AI. You can't put links on Reddit. You'll get banned. It's crazy. The website, again, if you use WordPress or Shopify, don't overload it with plugins. They become slow and sluggish. So then you have to look at CDNs, and sometimes CDNs aren't what they make it out to be. So yeah, look, hopefully I've covered most of the topics of it. But just remember that, you want to be exhaustive on your topic. If it takes 20 pages to write about your topic, write 20 pages. And then build quality backlinks. Come to people like Field SEO. We do globally. We build quality. We don't build shit. Which a lot of people do build shit. It needs to be on topic, as close to your niche as you can. You're never going to get the same perfect. But as long as the content is on topic, or the citation is on topic, it is good. And also make sure that your CDN is not blocking the crawlers. It does. Cloudflare is renowned for it. It blocks crawlers. So make sure that you put a script in, which you may have to pay for someone, to make sure that those crawlers are not getting blocked by your CDN. So basically, to probably end this video is pretty simple. Content, headings, need to have your keywords in them. So does your content, but only about 1%. Try and get all headings in all your H1s, H2s, H3s. Meta descriptions are important. Have a nice, clean site. Make sure that when they click on your meta description, which is going to look great because people want to buy your product or go through your place, they land on that place. You don't want them to have to scroll. It's above the fold. It's an old saying when we all used to use computers. But make sure they land on the bit that they want to. You can run a product called Crazy Egg, which I do run. It's a heat map. It shows me where people click on all my websites. And if I see that they're scrolling past a section and clicking on the section below it, guess what I do? I move the section up because that's more relevant. And that's the basics of search engine optimization. So this is Darren from Field SEO. I hope it's good. Hope I'll give you some insight. And yeah, it's 14 minutes. It's pretty detailed. So everyone have a great day from Australia. It's night time here, and I hope it all goes well. And any questions, visit fieldseo.com.au, or I'm on like LinkedIn. You can send me an email, darren@fieldseo.com.au, and I'll answer it and I'll give you the best advice I can. My website shows my prices, it shows my packages. I can do whatever you want. I can make a million packages. So, from new site to global, as I said, to rank an escort agency for number 3 in the world in London, you've got some serious ranking power. So visit Field SEO, and look, that's the basics of search optimization. Great content, clear structure, good sitemaps, and most of all, good backlinks. All right, have a great day. See ya. Bye.